Okay, gamers! Alright. So, today is going to be a little bit different. We're not going to have any technical issues. Right? Right? Alright. So, we're going to be working on the portfolio today. So, I have an already existing kind of thing going on for portfolio work where I am working on a world that is based in the far future where birds have kind of become the dominant life form. It's a very light-hearted in a sense, like with the design. Like it's nothing too crazy. That said, it does have a lot of stuff like this. So take that with what you will. There's going to be some bone and like disturbing ideas put into these, I feel. So you gotta be prepared for that, I think. So there's gonna be some bone usage, definitely, in terms of design philosophy today. And there's going to be a lot of religious themes in terms of design philosophy today. So just those this right out the gate. This world is where priest birds, for example, these is a lineup I did over a year and a half ago, I think. Uh, so priest birds fighting demon birds, quote unquote birds, where the more human that they look, the more powerful they are. And so I'm just gonna turn up my music slightly so you guys can actually hear it, I think. There we go. And so we are going to randomly roll a class from this little sheet here, like based on D&D. Like this has a lot of D&D influences to it, as well as like shonen anime stuff, as you could probably imagine, things like Fairy Tail, Demon Slayer, Soul Eater, etc., etc. And so my goal is to create a fleshed out world, so to speak. But right now, instead of doing just pure world building, we are going to be working on a character and world build with it to kind of help that expand in my brain. So first and foremost, let's get the roll done. So I have a random number generator, and I tried so hard to get this to work um, on stream, but nothing I did would work, and I feel really bad about it. But I promised that next time we do this, I'll have something figured out. But for now, let's roll. So between 1 and 13, we rolled an 8, which is a paladin. Okay, so we're probably going to make uh, a priest bird then today, I think. So let's write that down really quick. Paladin. I'm really excited for that, actually, because I love paladins. They are my favorite class in D&D. They're definitely my go-to. I've played more paladins than I have any other class for D&D, so this is something I feel definitely like I can hone in it and really put a lot of myself into this, so that's good. Next up, I wanted to make a regional bird, so to speak. So I want to make this bird based more so on like the culture of an area that has where I roll, if that makes sense. So let's roll between these. So I rolled a 7, so that's Antarctica. So what kind of birds are in Antarctica? Let's find out. Okay. So obviously the first and foremost one is penguin. But I kind of feel like that's too obvious, right? Like that's not going to be fun. I mean, it'll be fun, but it's too easy, and it's It doesn't allow a lot of problem solving sort of thing. Ooh, what's this? The Pelgorinithidae. Pelgorinithidae. Pseudobone-toothed birds. Oh, this looks cool. I'm gonna save that one. Oh, that's so cool. Stream, check this out. This is definitely like an extinct animal that would be better used for like a demon bird, but like look at this. That's so cool. I'm definitely saving that. That is definitely getting saved for later. I want to use that. um, Let me copy that link, actually. Copy link address. I'm going to save that to my personal Discord, where I keep my reference image stuff. Because I need to do that again. Or I need to make that into something later. So, there's other things. There's a lot of, from the looks of it, albatross and petrels. So a lot of seabirds. So I'm thinking probably a water-themed paladin. So let's write that down too, since this is Antarctica, and we can do this. Hold on. Antarctica. Water-themed. Okay, so we're already piling up like ideas, which is good. So next we get to pick the bird. So a lot of these, like I said, are petrels and I'm just seeing a lot of petrels, gulls, and albatross, and penguins. But I don't want to do a penguin. That doesn't look like a real bird. That looks like an AI generated image. Okay. Here, we'll do a giant petrel. And let's do some reading on the giant petrel as well. Giant petrels from genus I cannot say that. From the family Procidillidae, I think, which consists of 2 living and 1 extinct species. They are the largest birds in this family. The species living are restricted to the southern hemisphere, and though their distinctions overlap significantly, with both species breeding on the Prince Edward Islands. Hey, that's Canada! PEI! Crozet Islands, Kerguelen Islands, and Makakuri Islands in South Georgia. Many southern petrel gulls? No. Southern giant petrels nest further south with colonies as far as as Antarctica. Okay. Giant petrels are extremely aggressive predators and scavengers. Okay. So, aggressive. Oh, I should probably write the bird first. Giant petrel. Giant petrel. Aggressive. I can't spell. Oh my goodness. You guys are seeing how I write things, and it's very embarrassing. Oh, there's 2 G's. Shit. Aggressive. Okay. Taxonomy. I don't need that, technically. Feeding highly opportunistic feeders, unique among Pluralidicerae. They will feed both on land and at sea. In fact, they are most scavengers their food on coastlines. On land, they feed on carrion. Oh, well, gross. So they like to eat a lot of meat. Okay, so let's do hungry. Slash gluttonous. So what I'm thinking already is, you know, like those anime protagonists where they are like obsessed with food, so like Goku, Luffy, you know. I'm thinking we could probably do something like that, where this guy's like super big and strong, but he's like really hot-headed and loves food, just like loves food. Will eat anything. Oh, that's a good coffee. I think that we're already off to a good start with that. So let's start working on some silhouette work here now. Planning out some silhouettes to see kind of what sticks. So when I think of paladin, I think of big and bulky and sturdy. So some good shapes to use for that will be things like, I can turn this off now. We can do things like large triangles and squares and kind of stretch and morph those shapes how we need them to be together. So first and foremost, let's do a very large, almost triangular square here. Like that. I'm also not vibing with this song right now, so let's change it. Yeah, that's much better. So let's change the shape slightly so it's a little bit more symmetrical here. There we go. Let's paint with a bigger brush also. So get a wider, more... what's the word for it? Chunky silhouette, I guess. So we got a big shape here for the chest area, I think, would be good. So similar to how I think we want to do this is like... This is clearly going to be like a tank fighter character. So I think a good thing to do for that will be following along the design scheme that games like Overwatch and League of Legends and Dota and all them find, where they do a small head for big body character. So let's like, yeah, I like the idea of like giving him like sort of like very like, aha, yeah. So let's do this for like the first one, where it's like a really cheery sort of figure, very proud of himself, even very sturdy and dependable. Let's also get some pictures of this guy up here too. So giant petrels look like this. So I think we can work off of that pretty well. And we can shrink this to the corner. Alright, there we go. So, let's think here. So, tinier legs to take away the focus of that. We want his focus to mainly be on his arms and his chest, I feel. Like, that's what we want. We want a big, bulky guy, which is good, because I don't really have, like, a bulky character. Like, we have, like, a thicker character. Where is he? Here. Like, he's quite, you know, he's plus size, but he's not, like, beef, right? Like, there's no beefcake in this world I've designed yet. So we can do... That looks so silly, actually. I love that. So they don't really have, like, distinct, like, head markings or anything like that. It's really all in the beak with that, like, special little, like, thing going on here. And definitely the wingspan. In fact, actually, we could probably emphasize these arms to go along with the wingspan. Yeah, definitely. Gotta push those anatomy to really sell the character design here, I think. So, there we go. Let's actually make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Perfect. And we can probably taper in that arm a little bit so it's not so long. It's just big. There we go. So, with that done, we can give him his little flip here, tail feather. I don't actually remember what it's called. There we go. And then we can start thinking about the actual paladin-ness of him. So what would he stand for in the bird world? I think definitely if he's supposed to be a water-themed thing, maybe he follows some sort of sea goddess or something like that. I think that would be pretty appropriate. So, what sea gods are there? I don't know off the top of my head. Here, let's do a Google search. Actually, quick, 1 second. Gonna make sure I don't lose the tab I closed. Okay, awesome. Alright, sea gods. Greek mythology. List of water deities. Perfect. Okay. Oh, he could follow, like, Neptune, but I feel like that's also very basic. And I kind of want to do something more interesting. So, earlier, let's see, what places do they kind of, like, hang out? The Crozet Islands is sub-Antarctic Pelago. Perfect. Okay, so what do they got going on? The Indian Ocean. Because of sub-Antarctic Pelago. The stinks of French. Okay, so they're French in the Indian. Okay, weird, but alright. That screams colonize. Coat of arms. Oh, do they have an albatross on their coat of arms? Oh no, it's a penguin. It's a penguin and a crab. Or not a crab, a lobster. Mark Joseph. Okay, so they're French primarily, it looks like. As a dependency of Madagascar. Okay, so they're like I'm confused. There's a lot of political stuff, I think, here going on. Wandering albatross, moss, penguins. Okay. Yeah. Lot of penguins. Good God. Okay, let's look through this like list of like sea gods. Asian, Pacific, and Oceania. Perfect. Okay, so let's check this out. Taoism, Chinese folklore, Japanese, Korean, South Asian. Aha. The god thing, god of the sea. Okay. Oh my god, there's so many Philippine sea gods. Oh my god, the list is still going. Ooh. Torchbearer, the great god of seafaring Fiji. The Toucan was a toddler who was only quiet, and when looking at a lamp, his mother tied fiery reeds to his head so that he would be calm. And he roamed the coral reefs with a hood ever since. He's a trickster. Oh, wait, this is perfect. Okay, let's read this. Toddler, only quiet looking a trickster and a patron of a... Oh. Oh. Maybe not perfect. No. He's a cuck. I don't want to do that for a paladin. Let's try continuously looking. Uh... Hmm. I think we need to keep into like the South, like Pacific area. So, God, the Filipino list is so detailed and so vast. There's an Indonesian god I think looks cool here. Dewi Danu is the goddess from the Balinese Hindus who call their belief system Agama Trita, or belief system of the water. She is one supreme deity. Okay. Oh, this one's queen of the Ni Royo Kidul, the supernatural being. She's the queen of 17. Okay. Well, what do we got with this? Okay. Let's do some more research here. Javali. Son of the kingdoms, espoused father, stepmother. This is etymology, various names, different stories. Yep. I don't know. Couldn't do... Korean. There's nothing really, like, super, like, south I'm seeing. Which is kind of what I was hoping for. Maybe I do just go with, like, Poseidon or Neptune. I mean, it's the same thing, doesn't matter. But, like, it has, yeah, I think it's just, like, it's easy shape language. Like, I can do something with his tail. Like this. Like, tail armor. Oh, actually, that's actually really good. Like, the trident tail armor. Yeah. There, see, look. This is a cool idea. I like that a lot. So we can do that then. Trident tail armor for our boy. Now, paladins have shoulder pads. Not shoulder pads, but like pauldrons. And then we can go big with this. We just kind of want to do like a, at least this is the way I do it. We do like a basic sort of, like a very generic looking suit of armor. And then we build off of that by adding more extremities to it. Extremities? Word's hard. The idea is you just make it fancier and more creative as you go along. Having like this baseline helps me think more as to like the character and where I'm going with it. There you go. And then, whoop. Just I don't feel so good. Carl. Just, no, he needs to be aggressive, so he's just kind of like, Oh, that's cute. I love this. So maybe we do give him like a distinct hairstyle or feather style that's sort of reminiscent of like someone that's like, yeah, so just kind of like making lines to like emulate. Oh, pompadour. I like this already a lot. There you go. That's something that someone that you'd like want to punch would who thinks he's better than everybody would have. There you go. Alright, cool. So this is like a, sort of like the first idea here. So what would a paladin of the water use? I mean, obviously like a trident, I guess. So that's one idea. So we can do the obvious sort of like trident idea, I think. So, and then on the other side will be the actual trident. That. There we go. Okay. So this is idea number one so far. Just like the sort of like general basis of like what we're looking at here. So we can work on idea number two now. So the idea is to make these different enough from each other that they can sort of lead us in a certain direction with it. So this seems to be very focused on the armor and the arms, especially. Not so much the weapon, really. The weapon seems very afterthoughty. So why don't we focus on the weapon this time around and build him off of that. So this time, let's do... What's a water... Like, what's a weapon when you think of water? For me, it's like a spear or a polearm. So... Why don't we try doing like a hammer made of coral or something like that? Okay. Just get this sort of shape language down. And then... There we go. Probably needs to be a bit thicker if it's going to be absorbing a lot of blows there, yeah. And then... You can have it sort of like coming out of like some sedimentary rock or something. Not sedimentary, what's it called? Coral rock? Salt rocks? There you go. So we got a bit... Actually, we can probably emphasize this hammer size a bit. Not by doing that. Do that. And then do this. Actually. Ah, there's hair in my eye. Ah! Sort of just building it off of the feel of the weapon here. So we'll have some like triangular type shoulder bits. We'll have like the nobleman's hair. Yeah, yeah. He's sort of like throwing the... Not throwing, but like shoving the hammer in your face like, you don't want this. We're gonna go less like huge bulk and more like realistic bulk with this one, I think. Still tinier legs. We're actually gonna adjust how this one is positioned here. There we go. He's gonna have like double hammers. Oh, maybe he's a drummer. Maybe they're like hammers, but they also work as like a drum thing for his back. So like a paladin bard kind of mix going on here. See, this is why you never do just one draft, because I'm already coming up with like better ideas as we go along. Oh, dude, I love this one already. This one's awesome. Check it out, man. And then he has this little, like, tail. Tail feathers. He's also still a little bit sharp and aggressive, so we got to give him like some not as like flowy hair, but more like, yeah, there we go. Have some like distinctness to him. All right. Shrink that down and spin it a bit so it's not as like weird Dutch angled. So I probably want to do like 2 more max ideations here. We're also going to work on a different layer now because I just realized I did that on the same layer. Turn those off so I don't think about them when I'm working on this. Alright, so we did a weapon focus initial concept, and then we did a shape focus one. So let's try doing another shape one. So let's think here. What's a good initial shape to be doing here? I think sort of like a thing about paladins is that they're mainly charisma focused. So let's do like a sort of like bravado feeling one. Sort of like a ha ha, yes, it is I, the Petrel. Let's think like very noble here, actually. So we're gonna go like those sort of like eagle shoulder pads. Like a look down on you type thing, like a yes, I'm better than you. There you go. Yeah, like that. Perfect. And then we can try and do something here with the armor, like very flowy. And then into that. Oh, you know what? We could give him a cape too, honestly. So let's have him like kind of... This is the kind of guy that you just be like, I hate you so much. But he's like super dependable, but he's like... You just don't like talking to him. You're just like, I like you, but shut up, please. So a paladin, basically. If you've ever played D&D, you know what I mean. Especially if you have a paladin player. And we'll give him like a flip to his tail too. Very curve themed. Yeah, look at that. Give him a bit of a fluff to him too as well. So he's still aggressive, but it like not in a way, in more of a look at me, I am the best kind of way. Like you must pay attention to me. Paying attention to me is the only thing you should be doing. Look at my glorious forearms. They're so wide. These forearms can hold so much weapon. Actually, that's a good point. What should we give him weapon? What's like the most show? I guess a sword is like the most showboaty kind of weapon you can really do. So we'll do like a basic ass sort of like sword silhouette here. Like a very big broadsword. Maybe it has a sort of like flow to it like that. That doesn't really work. There we go. Now it kind of works. Sort of. I just want this sword to have like a unique tip, I think, more than anything right now. So if we can kind of like finagle it a bit, we can really work something out here. Like that, maybe? Have it be more straight there.
There we go. Yeah. And we'll try and do something unique for the other weapons too. I feel like this one just, you know, room-wise gave me more to really do here. I think we can add like a gem or something, because he definitely would have like gems in his sword. Oh, I love that actually. Oh wait, if that's the case, I could do like a bird tip for this actually instead. Like a bird tail. Sort of like the fan out. That. Awesome. Yeah, there we go. And then we can have it so it's like segmented actually. So it's like boop, beep, 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 beep. Perfect. There you go. So it's a very bulky sword, very long sword, very much compensating. You know how I mean? Perfect. All right. Probably do like a belt or something. Yeah. Just something to sort of like fill the space here. I'm probably spending too much time on this one, but it's probably because it's my favorite so far. In sense of like what it is. Oh wait, what if we give him like a pseudo like scumbag beard? Yeah. Oh, perfect. I love that so much actually. Look at his hair. Like the slick back, the sort of like, yeah, look at you. What are you to me? Okay, actually, I think we're just gonna go forward with this one. So, because I love it so much. So, okay, how are we gonna go about doing this? So they don't have like a lot of artificial material in this world. So a lot like no plastics and such. They do have fabrics, so I can work with like different fabric stuff. So they mainly recycle their metal from like artifacts and such that they don't deem really useful to them. So here, let's start sort of. Also, we are going to definitely move him down on the page here. There we go. Here, we're going to actually look up some Greek architecture too, because I think we can incorporate that pretty well into our design here. So we're going to do ancient Greek architecture. Oh, perfect. Already, right off the bat, this sort of like pillar here is exactly what I want to use. Like, this has such beautiful shape language. Coffee. Here, so let's see what we can do with that based off of just this already. So let's see. So definitely like some kind of like emblem thing here. No, it's the other way around. Alright. And then we can do more sort of shaping with the eagle pauldron. As well as a connective sort of thingy. I don't remember what they're called. So we'll do it sort of like that shape for now, until I feel like we might need to change it because we've decided on a better shape language. But this is just going to be the first pass. I think we'll just do the first pass today, as well as like some other stuff going on. I don't want to spend too long today doing this, because I do have some stuff to do after. I got a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on right now that I'm super excited for. Like, you guys have no idea. The stuff I am cooking. Oh my goodness. Alright, so do that. Do that. Give it a sort of, yeah, give it more depth by doing that, for sure. Doesn't mean I have to move that to go coming down a bit more like that. So we're looking at making it look more three-dimensional in the armor, while also giving it like some detailed complexity that isn't like crazy. Because complex detail is something I don't really love doing, especially if you're going to be drawing it over and over and over and over and over again. It's not my favorite thing to do, because I get very tired easily of repetitive things. So if I have to do a very complex design over and over and over, I end up hating it and not wanting to do it. So a lot of my designs, as you guys will see, like for example with these, that, this, they're very simple. Like, they're not very cluttered, like there's not a heck of a lot like really going on in terms of like detail. Because I don't want to do the detail over and over and over and over again. Even like the more ornate design of like, even this is like a lot going on here. And it wraps around too. I don't know if you can see that like on my unfinished back piece here, but it wraps around, and that's a lot. That's a lot of work. And there's a reason it's not finished. You know, so it's like you gotta know when you're designing that you want to be able to do it more than once, because you're gonna have to do like the turnarounds, right? You got to do turnarounds, you got to do overhead view if that's the kind of game you want to do. I think this will be an overhead view for sure. So we got to think about how that's gonna, how our boy here is gonna look from the overhead. There we go. I really like how I've managed to make the hair and shape, the hair shape and the beard shape look here. Yeah, oh my god, we have built a bastard. Oh my god. Yes. So does their thing, like, yeah, it's like a sort of like layered over thing there. Okay. So, boop. And then we're gonna flip this so it looks like we actually know what we're doing. I think if we give him more like rough edges, it'll definitely sell like he's kind of, well, rough around the edges. Like, he's not exactly like as smooth cut as he wants you to think he is. He's got some prickly bits. But, oh!
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use some very, very smart shape language here by using um, the sharper bits on his like actual like extremities, his like limbs and stuff like that. So notice how like all of his hair here is gonna be like sharp edged, but like slicked back in the front, and then all of his arms are gonna be pointy when it comes to like the feather bits. So that says a few things, right? Like especially if his armor is gonna be super smooth, right? So to me, that reads that he takes his duty very seriously. Like he's a very strong and sturdy guy, but he himself, like behind the guise of the armor, behind his protection, behind this persona, he's very not composed. He's very disheveled, I would say. So he's kind of a mess. Like he's not all there, one could say. So that's the idea behind making him so, for a lack of better words, fluffy, I guess would be a way to put it. Is to sort of sell this like disheveled mess of a bird behind the scenes. Maybe he has people that look up to him, so he has to put on this front, but despite the fact that he is maybe like not super well like rule followy himself, he's very in the moment kind of guy and doesn't really see the bigger picture even. We can make him very narrow minded, so he's like a thin head to sell that. Oh, it's not quite lining how I want it to there. There you go. Okay. Much better, just slightly. I love doing implied lines. They're a lot easier to do not in line art, because like doing that there and the few things over here is great in the sketch, but you have to like close them off when it comes to the line art. There we go. Okay. And now onto this hand. So as you notice, they actually do have hands. They have evolved sort of like pseudo hands along, so they don't really have flight anymore. I'll say like maybe spare a few different, very specific species of the advanced bird people have like functional wings, and they're very elitist about it. And I think it'll probably be something like a hummingbird, maybe, because they kind of can't afford to lose the wings at that point. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So he's very structurally sound. He's very like poised, I want to say. I definitely think he's probably sturdy is like the best way of like categorizing this character. Can add a little bit more depth there. I get that thematically this song is probably pretty good. It's Swain, he has a bird demon, it's very funny, but I'm just not feeling it right now. Okay.
Alright, so now let's actually make this more gem-like, because we can put gem slots in here or something. We'll still have like a belt here, I think. Oh, oops, wrong way. There we go. And then do that. Perfect. Okay, okay, okay. Very nice. We're really like making them come together. So for pants, he probably has something on the fancier side, right? Very showy. So I'm thinking like probably like a type of leather even maybe. Or like something shiny. So something maybe glittery. Okay, that's stupid, but I love it actually. He found like some like old human like glitter stuff and was like, make these into pants. I need these as pants right now. I must hide my cloaca with the shine. And he definitely uses like curling iron type technology in order to get his tail like that. Perfect. Now, okay, I need a good picture of his feet. So petrol. Petrol. That's an. Come on, please. I hate typing with my tablet plugged in. Images. Oh, these are some not very pleasant looking images. These birds are very ugly. There's also not a lot of pictures of them with their feet out. But they do have webbed feet. That's a seagull. We're not doing Star Guardian. Oh, this is actually kind of cute. It's a petrel with a baby. It doesn't really have his feet. Oh, it kind of has his feet. Okay, so I'm going to assume they have similar feet to like a seagull or something. So check it out. Yeah, they definitely have like webbed feet. Okay. So we can give them webbed feet. It might look a little weird, so we'll have to figure out how to do that without it looking crazy. Alright. So it has this sort of like just flat-footed. There. Yeah, that's good, that's good, that's good. The issue is like cartoonifying these feet, because I want to make them look not like full goofy, you know? Because this looks kind of full goofy. I think I just don't add like the inner details. I think we just imply it and we go from there, because I feel like if I go for too detailed, it's gonna look really disorienting. Maybe do this at most. Yeah, I feel like that's the most I should do. Also, the tone shift in the music right now really fucking threw me. Was not ready for that.
So many of the Diana things are popping up right now. Ooh, I do love this one.
Alright, so let's add some like detail to the like bottom part of the chest piece here. Actually, no, I don't think I will. I think we'll keep that as a spot to like let the eyes rest on. So that, you know, it's not like just cluttering in your eyes. Because I feel like if I add anything here, it just immediately looks cluttered. Actually, maybe the lines aren't so bad. Just like adding like the sort of like lines. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad actually. It does look a little weird, but I can figure that out. He definitely would have like rings and stuff though, I feel. Like this is like a very showy dude. So let's give him rings on every hand. There we go. Is this another like classic one? I thought I skipped past this. I did. Okay. There we go. Alright, now let's think here. How can we... Because I think we were going to make the pants sparkly, right? So what do we do? Like, for the hilt of the sword. Like, I like the idea of the bird thing. But it's a little on the nose, I guess? I guess this whole thing's kind of on the nose. I also just realized I haven't really done any... Here, let's do that for the trident thematic going on there. And then we can kind of do the same thing for the sword. We should probably make this bigger. Not bigger, but like longer so that his hand can actually fit into it. There we go. And we could do a call out for the sword. So a call out, basically, by the way, for those who don't know, is like a little pop out. So I would do the sword separately, like over here on the side, so that you get a better view of it. Which I will definitely have to do, since this sword is an integral part of this guy's character. You know, it's a little showy, right? But it's still, like, it gets the work done. And much like him, isn't exactly the most rule-followy from the looks of it.
Alright, I think that's a good point to get on. Here.
I actually love how this sketch has turned out.
So now, we should play around with some colors and see what we like. So for paladins, typically... I'm going to turn this down a little bit now. Oh, okay. Interesting. Just got pinged on something. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's just fix that a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now let's do some color stuff here. So we gotta. I want to keep within the color scheme going on, like for like his actual body, like with the petrol. So what was it saying? Yeah, paladin color schemes typically are like white and gold, for example. And we can definitely use gold with that like dulled out gray green color that he's got going on already. Wait, why am I doing that? We're also going to do this so it'll be easier to see what colors I'm using. And whether or not I've actually put them in the right spot. I know it hurts the eyes a bit. It hurts mine too. It's so silly. But yeah, paladins typically use like white, gold, sometimes blue, purple. So I think that because he is a follower of Neptune or Poseidon or whatever you want to call it, we should go for a sort of like seafoam green-ish color for some of these accents. So maybe that's what the gem colors are.
So we'll do that to the gems.
So he's very showy. And then we can do like a darker and then more blue color for his pantaloons.
So it's still bright, but it's darker than the gems. Right. I would say this character is definitely not like a main character. I don't feel like if he was a main character in a game or like a TV series or anything like that, people would probably get sick of him pretty quick. I can't imagine him being like a long-standing character. He'd probably be like just a joke background character. But even they need some love, you know? So let's add in the golds. Very carefully. Okay, there we go. We're actually going to swap to the pencil here, I think. Just to get this tiny cracks and crevices I can't seem to get with the lasso tool, because I'm not like as proficient with it. Now we're probably not going to do any shading or anything crazy on just some color exploration, because I don't want to. Simple as. Right, there we go. Okay, so we are looking at probably adding a bit more gold. Actually, you know what? We could add gold to his beak, since I imagine he's probably vain enough he would do something like that, honestly. Like, we're like dipping into, like, this guy is definitely like compensating for the fact that he does not think he's as great as he is boasting about. Right? So he is definitely like a one of those college frat boys that are just kind of like, yeah, man, yeah, I totally did that, yeah, you know. So he's definitely not actually confident, but he has the charisma to make everyone think he's confident. Very fake it till you make it. I think his character could definitely have like a heartwarming moment with like the PC, or maybe even just like the main character of the series. I don't know if I want it to be a show or a game yet. I feel like that's something I definitely should decide on probably soon. But right now we don't need to worry too heavily about it. I just want to get the characters kind of like fleshed. So with this, what's up, Haru? I'm going to make an announcement after stream today. What is the eraser tool? Okay, where was I? Right. So, like I was saying, yeah, I definitely need to figure out whether or not this is going to be a serious thing or a video game thing. Which is definitely something I should figure out soon. In order to really, like, hone in what I should be working on for the portfolio. But for now, I think it's fine just kind of, like, getting the character ideas onto the ground. I don't want to have too... no, he would have a lot of gold, I think. He would try and stack up as much gold as he fucking can. As much shiny as possible, so to speak. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot to do this. There we go. Alrighty. And then we can think about more so like how do I want to do this? We definitely need to figure out what to make the color of like the main body, because I don't want to do like just white, because just white is so you know. Oh, he could have made it out of stone, like old marble or something like that. I'm actually gonna do a layer below this to do this, because I don't want to like mess this up. Yeah, that makes the gold pop a lot too. I think the only thing about this is that I might have to change the pant color, and I'm totally okay with doing that. So let's do that, and then we can add like cracks and wear and tear to it a little bit. Actually, let's see how that looks really quick. The real question is, would he let his armor get cracked? He's not the kind of person that would take pride in battle scars. He's very much the person that would try and avoid that kind of damage. So I think probably not. Maybe he just like marbles it out so it like yeah, maybe there's just like some dark patches on it. So we can do kind of like a marbling effect here. And then do a brighter one. Go back to the darker one. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that looks much better now. It's not just a flat sort of thing. It has almost like a... It's like the like when water is like reflecting down onto this, like the sand of the beach look to it, which I actually really like. I am going to change the pant color now, though. I think I'm going to make it either brighter or darker. Shall see. That's way too saturated. Like, no, 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 no. We got to keep everything within the same sort of, like, scope here, I think. We're going to just make it more blue. Yeah, that's fine. And then we can make that sparkly. Is that too eye drawing, though? That's the question, because that adds a lot of contrast. If I squint my eyes... No, the gold becomes the biggest contrast. That's fine. That's good. What the hell was that? Something just popped up on my desktop and then immediately closed, so that's a little spooky. Okay, but color-wise, this is really coming together. I think, personally. And then we can add a sort of belt color there. Perfect. Okay. I think we do the sword color, and then we think about, like, doing some finalized stuff, potentially, today. Not finalized, but, like... Actually, could we... What time is it? It is 3:35. We have been streaming for an hour and a half. Okay. So, we could probably go for a little bit longer, in terms of, like... what we get done. So I think what we will do is we will do a proper line art piece, maybe some flat colors, like proper flat colors, and actually no, we could probably do the rest. We're actually kind of breezing through this now that I'm thinking about it. Like, we could definitely, like...
I don't think we'll shade him today, for sure. And we won't do a turnaround. But we can definitely, like...
get, like, the other stuff out of the way, I think. Thinking about it. Excuse me, that was the wrong tool. There we go. Okay. Oh, didn't do his feet. Feet are dark, very dark colored. Which is good. It doesn't add like that high contrast. In fact, it looks like it's almost like going from like brightest down to darkest, which is good, I would say. So I definitely think this is like advocating for like a top-down kind of view. So he's definitely like a side character in a game almost kind of feel to it right now. Like, most of your attention is directed to the upper torso and face area, which is what I wanted. So that's good. We can probably go ahead and call that color exploration almost done once I put in the color for this toe. Alright. And now let's do some quick tips that I've learned is that you can do this where you put a layer on top, set it to clipping, fill it in with white, and then set it to color. And you can see the contrast values now. So, for example, we can see that the what's it called? The body color and the pant color are way too close together. Like, we just, I don't think that'll work.
Likewise with the gem color, I think we could probably make the gem color brighter. So let's do that now. So let's darken the pants a smidge. Just a smidge. I don't want it to be too different from this blue. In fact, I actually prefer this darker blue now. I think mentally my brain knows that it's just a better blue to use. Okay. And then we can move on to the seafoam green. Make this brighter. So it isn't as contrasted to the, or not contrasted, but isn't as close to the gold. It has its own little pop to it. There we go. So now if we check the color tone of it, much better, much more distinct. Colors aren't as like meshing together as much. I'm kind of okay with the these two being like this really close together because I don't really want them to be taking the show away from the rest of the body. So that's sort of like an intentional color choice. Because I don't like this part should not be the focus, right? Like the focus should entirely be this area, which is where most of the stuff is. Which is good. That's what I wanted. I also just realized I did not color the eye. We're actually going to do a bit of a curveball here by giving the eye a sort of reddish hue to it. Actually, you know what? I want to do that for some of the hair to make it like layered almost. I think that would look really good. Giving it this sort of layered, I did my own hair look. Because I think having him as like kind of a fashionista would be good too. Oops, forgot about that. I'm really digging this design though, like it's really nice. Okay. So, I think that's a good place to move on from. So we can move this all into one folder now. And sort of do that. If I turn off the color layer here, I can actually like have it be more visible a bit here. A big stretch. And then I got pinged. 1 second. Okay. Let's just do that. Okay. let's get into line art, like serious line art now. Talia! Yes, I love Talia's theme. So I want to actually do some really thin line art for this. So let's get started. So the idea with doing really thin line art is it allows a lot of the like color work to do the heavy lifting. And also it shows if you're doing really thin line art, mistakes are much more evident. Like that. You have to be very clean and very patient. And also very decisive. But I believe most and foremost, you have to have confidence in your line. And it has taken me a very long time to get confident with my line art. There we go. Whew. Already, like, I love it. Like, it's looking so good. We are going to clean that up a little bit there. There we go. Ooh, pentakill. Yes, yes. Yes, please. Down the week. Oh, I love how fluffy he looks. It's so satisfying to see like a fluffy bird. You know what I mean? I have fallen for his ruse. His roost. Now the issue more so with thin line art here is when I get into the hard surface stuff. That's gonna be like the real make or break. You can't really bullshit that at any point.
Ooh, I just thought of something really good. The equivalent of like a notched eyebrow almost. Also doing that makes them a little bit more threatening looking. There we go.
Whoa, shut down the weak. Now, we're going to have to get into a lot more detail than the initial sketch showed, just to, like, really finish the design. So, if you see me going over and, like, doing more than was initially there, that's probably why. Oops. Not quite what I want to be doing here. There you go. Okay. What I think I will do is I will run this character down by one of my teachers. And see what their input is, and then I will come back and do that. I think this shape is kind of bugging me because it's not quite right. Well, maybe it is right. Maybe I'm just stupid. Okay. I guess it does work. Also, 2 pentakill back to back. Let's go. Oh my god, petrol jump scare. We call our own. There we go.
Oh, excuse me. I don't even know if you guys can hear me burping, but I did indeed burp.
I just realized I still have a coffee that I have not drinking. That's cold. That's very cold. Okay.
There we go. I don't know if these lines are going to translate super well in the line art, so we'll see how it looks without them, and then if need be, we'll add them.
This is where I'm in like the focus mode. I'm sorry, guys. I realize I haven't been talking much because I've just been like so like dead focused on like getting the lines right. Because this is where I'm like trying to like actually finalize the look TM. So it requires a lot of like deliberate line placement and very deliberate like motion. So it's a little harder to commentate over that when I'm trying to like creative brain right now. I'll do my best though. So like essentially I'm just going over the sketch we just did and like trying to use the line art to capture what I was trying to put in with the sketch. And cutting corners where I can, as well as adding new ones where I probably shouldn't be. But c'est la vie, that is the artist life. Artist life, not other one I said. There we go. We love implied lines, we love implied lines. Dude, I really do love how this design has come out so far, though.
sort of beefing up the arm a little bit here. Ooh, Renata. I'm gonna try and find some other video game soundtracks to listen to, because I don't want to get like sick of listening to the League one, because the League soundtrack is really good. I've listened to it so much since streaming that I'm just kind of like, I want something else now. I just bumped my mic a bunch by accident. There we go. Voila! Albatross arm. Not albatross. What's it called? Petrol. Petrol arm. But I had an idea about this, right? We could do like a heart shape for it. Why do I keep getting pinged? I'm getting sick of this. Ooh, Samira theme. Let's go. Okay, but yeah, anyway, so I want to do like a heart thing here. So we're really quickly going to just do circle tool. Have it kind of pressed because it's going to be angled slightly. Copy paste. So it's the same angle. Perfect. Merge down. Go to the original line art layer. Oop, wrong way. Do a sort of heart shape that leads into this is what I'm trying to do here. Actually, that'd be kind of... If I do it like this, though... Because Aphrodite was born from sea foam, if I remember correctly. So if I do this, it's kind of an allusion to that. Like the idea of that. I don't recommend working things out on the line art layer, by the way. I'm just crazy. and then I add that. There. So it looks like a crown a bit there.
So now the left side of the torso is done. I can move on to the right side. Oh, my back. Maybe I should just do like the flat colors and then we do the pop out and turn around next time. That might be the way to go. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Once you do it once, you know how to do it more than once. Just realized I'm on the wrong layer, so I should probably merge all of these down. So this is where we're getting into the implied lines that I did earlier that don't really work with like thin line art. So we gotta do some improvisations here a bit. Don't know quite about that. There we go. Okay. Oh boy. We're so close to being done the line art, because like after this it's just the legs and these are super easy to do. Like we're doing all the most complicated stuff first, getting that out of the way, so that when we get to the actual like easy stuff we just breeze through it. Got some schmick. Some thick schmeedy fingers. Fingers! Oh my lord. I cannot speak right now.
My brain is just, you need to draw. There we go. And bish boom bush. Oh, Lunar Beast. Dude, I love Lunar Beast. Oh, shoot. I gotta finish my Skintober. Oops. I guess we're doing that next week. I forgot about that, actually. Oh my god. I gotta do Lunar Beast Shaco still. There we go. Okay, so the arm's done. We'll do the sword last. So let's move on to the waist belt and then the legs, since those won't take very long. I will say, typically when I'm drawing, I listen to like podcast stuff. Or, as of late, I've been listening to Heartsteel a lot. Like, a lot. I have an issue. I am mentally ill a lot. Oops. Oh, this is annoying. I'm gonna be so real, if I don't vibe with this next one, I'm gonna put on the Lunar Beast one again. Lunar Beast. It's just so good. Like, for what reason? please bring back this skin line riot. Okay. I think that's good enough for the belt buckle. I need to stop finagling it, or else it's just gonna never end. Just fix up that real quick. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay. Alrighty, let's finish this line art now. Yeah, if I do that, it definitely looks more cartoony, which is kind of what I'm going for with, like, the general vibe. Okay. So now, if I turn off the sketch layer, oh, it looks so good. Oh my god. I'm so happy. I'm gonna have to use thin line art more often. It looks so good. Okay. On a separate layer, we are going to do the sword. So if we do that, there we go. So now we are going to adjust it so that it is perpendicular. And okay. Actually, it'd probably be better if I just circle tooled this, but the symmetry tool is not very kind to the circle tool. Also, that was a pretty good circle right there, so I'm just going to keep going. Ah. Time to bust out the geometry tools. Not quite what I was going for there. Perhaps if I make it more wide branched here. There we go, much better. Okay, I think that looks good, right? So now if I show, like, hide the ruler. Can do the layering here. There we go. Copy. Move it over. So I am of the belief that it is good. Oh my god. Sorry. I'm of the belief that it is good to have multiple callouts for your thing, for your weapon specifically. So we will do that. This is going to be the base one, and then we'll do a one at an angle next to it. Not like flat angle, but like actual angle, if that makes any sense to people. Okay, now we do the flat color. And there's a gap in it. God damn it. The tiniest little gap, too. Any more gaps? Yep, in the thumb. Two in the thumb, damn. Perfect, okay. Alright, and then we can swap off using the thin brush and actually work on broader strokes here now.
That was very confusing. I was like, what? Yeah, I think we're just going to do the flat colors and then call it for now. I'm getting kind of eepy. And I should probably start thinking about dinner. Because the flat colors will definitely take me to 5 p.m. So that's out of the way. Now we go on to the pants. Ooh, Volibear. We love Volibear. Even if Volibear is a bit of a dick. There we go. Thought of a great idea of just putting it in his beard too. Silas? No, not Silas. It sounded like Silas for a second. I got really excited. So actually, I just realized too that it has like a lighter tone here. So what I think I'm gonna do real quick is have a lighter tone be part of this. And the wings are darker too, so I'll probably have that like darken as well. Like that. Yeah, the multicolor bit of it like really adds to the depth already. Makes it feel more organic, honestly. And not as cartoony, but like without taking too much out of it. There we go. A lot of the work here is being done by the airbrush, kind of like using using it to make shapes and such. Very angular, feathery, fur almost like shape. There we go. What we can do here is add a bit of texture with it too. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm loving how it's coming across so far. Alright, I think we're just gonna work on the golds now. Golds and then the gem. Also, I miss Dominion. I know I've said it every time this comes on, but fuck man, I miss Dominion. Okay, okay. So just the jewelry now. And then some cleanup, and then I think we're good to go. I think I'm gonna add some of the darkened feather stuff to the shoulder bits, because I think that'll add some nice depth to it. Okay. Oh, I gotta do the belt too. I forgot about that. I'm gonna make a quick change to the liner. I'm gonna remove this seam thing here.
simply just because it makes it look like jeans, and I really don't want it to be like he's walking around with jeans on.
Personally, like I know it's funny, but it's like it just doesn't fit the world. So I would rather not like ruin the storytelling just by giving one guy jeans. You know? Oh. Itchy ear. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Okay, let's very quickly do the thing. Here. Just to add some depth to it. There we go. Okay, and now... I guess his tail feather should be like that too, huh? There we go. And now for the eyes. No, I just realized that's like the kind of the color scheme I'm going for with the demon bird, so I should probably not do that. I can do dark blue though. I feel like dark blue would be much more reminiscent of him. Actually, what I could do is make his whole eye like that. And then allow him to have a more bright pupil. There you go. Look at this guy. He knows what's up. And now, for the gems. Oh, the gems. I might tweak the gem color, honestly. It's a little bit too bright, so you can't really do much shading wise. Or at least I don't want to do like hyper thing shading. So what I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna saturate it a little bit more. There we go. Let's check that with the color trick. Just super fast. Yeah, that's far enough away. Okay. Alright, let's do the sword super fast. What theme is this? Oh, it's Dr. Mundo. I was like, what? Sword. Sword has, I think, 4 colors at most, so this will be pretty quick. I think, anyway. I would imagine so. Yep. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Yeah, see, look how fast I'm doing the sword. It's not. Also, my voice is starting to go. I think is a good almost end time. I think. And then finally, boop, boop. And what we can do is we can add symbols into the gems. Next time we can do plenty of things, I think, to like really top off this design. But for now, this is actually, you know what? Before I do anything here, I want to add the spray to the pants to add it, make it sort of glittery. I'm getting carried away. I got Astra's not here to call me out. Good. Oh, I should probably add the marble texture too, actually. Alright. I think that is a good point for us to take a break and come back to this again next week. So for now, there we go. Turn that off, turn that on. Change this color to a pinkish tone. Not that vibrant. There we go. There we go. All right. We are going to write down some stuff on this, and then I think we can call it there. Open. Where is it? There it is. Voila. All right, awesome. All right, thank you guys for coming out. I'll post this on Twitter, so you guys can check that out there too. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe, follow, turn on the bell. I got a very special announcement for after stream today, so keep that around. It is going to be a Saturday stream with a very special twist, so I'm very excited. But yeah, the announcement will be on Twitter, so make sure you go and follow my Twitter. The Ko-Fi is up. I didn't make the Ko-Fi overlay part yet, so I will do that probably tonight. But I got a lot of stuff cooking behind the scenes, so I'm really excited to get to what I've been doing. So thank you everybody for sticking with me. Good night, everyone.